So for Sara, fortunately or unfortunately, Karan Johar was the reason, the motivating factor behind her weight loss. But guess what? Alright, what's up you guys? You're watching Zealocity, and in this video, I found this interesting clip which I think everyone needs to see, and I'm going to be giving you my honest review on this. So let's watch the clip first.
Binge watch and learn on TRS clips. I grew up overweight as well.
You're right.
And
I wasn't overweight. I broke the weighing scale. There's a difference.
There's a little fat kid inside me who still would die.
It doesn't go on.
Yeah.
Ever.
I would die to eat pizza even like today. I would die to like eat the same way I did when I was
100%
younger.
me too. And that fat complex is in the brain
Yeah.
forever,
right?
I think.
Stays a little bit like
Yeah.
even I get a little conscious on camera just about that one thing.
No, I get like I told our DOP 3 times today to take the camera higher because I just didn't want to be shot from here.
So they're talking about the fat complex and how it never goes. It's still there, right? So Sara Ali Khan has lost more than 45 kgs to be where she is right now for the appearance that you see her on screen. She's 45 kgs lighter than what she used to be. So kudos to her for following this kind of a weight loss plan and getting herself to a healthier shape. This really takes a lot of effort. And when she spoke about the fat complex, that's still in the brain. For those that think that body dysmorphia happens only to people who have been fat in the past or people who are fat, you're wrong. It actually happens to people who have been skinny or who are skinny. So I still feel like I'm very skinny. And even though like from the past 5 years, I've actually put on a lot of weight. I used to be 50 kgs and now I'm somewhere around 75 kgs. So I've definitely put on 20 or 25 kgs of muscle on my body. But still, it still feels like I'm skinny. I still feel that skinny complex inside me. But then overall, what really matters is how you live your life, what you are doing to be healthy, the kind of nutrition that you're eating, the kind of performance that you are doing in your daily lifestyle. If everything matches and if everything is actually on point, if your performance is really good, if you're feeling really good, if your mental focus is really good, then you don't really have to worry about how skinny or how fat you look, okay? But then obviously it has to do a lot with how you live your overall lifestyle, your fitness, mental, physical fitness, your nutrition, your sleep, your relationships, your stress mitigation. It plays a really big, a very vital role in being successful in the overall long run, if I would say. All right, let's go ahead.
It's really good seeing this version of you, but I also want to know about like the overweight version. What was going on in your head then? Were you like still confident you'd like lose all the weight?
You know what also happens sometimes now is you can go into a downward spiral with anything. So when you wake up in the morning and you're like 85 kgs and nothing really fits, you're like 85 to 96, like what difference does it really make? Which is the worst way to be. And that's what started happening to me. Because I was in college and I was already fat. And I was like, so now fatter means what? Like fat is fat. So then let me just eat the brownies. Why the brownie? Let me eat all the brownies. That started happening, which is...
Alright, see, this is what happens. So basically when you get addicted to these hyperpalatable foods, hyperpalatable being that some food which is in the combination of salt, fat and sugar or carbohydrates, if you would like to put it that way, you cannot stop at a small portion. Like, give you an example, if you have a gulab jamun or a brownie as she just mentioned or a pizza, there's the combination of carbs, fat and a lot of salt, right? So the combination of these three without the existence of protein, specifically the goddamn protein, when the protein is less or if it's in very less quantities, even if the protein is there but the carbs and fats are high and the salt and sugar is also high, then you will definitely be binge eating on that stuff. Just make a list of all the foods that are hyperpalatable and you get addicted to very easily. Sweets, all of them have sugar and fat combined in a very high proportion. Maida, and if you talk about maida in specific, I would like to say butter naan. मुंह में पानी आ रहा है मेरे already. ये naan, maida, and then you combine it with a lot of fat, and then you add salt, it becomes hyperpalatable. So just to give you perspective on this, कि hyperpalatable foods पे stop करना, it becomes really hard. So she has been through that, and fat is fat. ये kind of mentality हो जाती है, right? So people start thinking कि I'm already fat. Let's just keep staying this way. क्या ही फर्क पड़ता है? इससे बुरा क्या ही हो सकता है? But let me tell you that इससे बुरा definitely हो सकता है. You can definitely get even more obese, and with time you will really have to go through a lot of medical surgeries, and not just in terms of getting the fat out of your body, liposuction वगैरह तो दूर की बात है. I'm talking about your heart condition, your liver condition. All of those also take a big hit, and obesity is literally a very big disease in itself. So if you are getting obese, you really have to get that corrected. And the best way is to follow a long term and a flexible kind of a nutrition plan. सबके दिमाग में इतना ज़्यादा motivating factor नहीं आता कि कीटो डाइट पे चले जाते हैं and let's not eat carbs at all, let's not eat fat at all. ये वाला डाइट सब कोई फॉलो नहीं कर सकते. Not everyone can adhere to this kind of a very strict and very disciplined kind of a lifestyle. So in this case, the best case would be that you follow a flexible and a long-term sustainable nutrition plan. Follow Zealocity for more. I'm sure you will get a lot of insight.
Something that, like, obviously, like maybe with weight one is learned to control little bit, even though I do have problems with weight. I have problems with weight till now.
Really?
Yes.
What
In
do you mean
Jan,
problems with?
in Jan, I was overweight. Yeah, again, I was told to lose weight. Yeah, my thighs became chunky, my face became big. That does happen. I really have to be extremely mindful of what I'm eating. Go to a Qatar with Ananya and you don't want to see her again for a month. Like, we had pizza for lunch and sushi for dinner. I'm really like not forgiving her. She ordered the dessert and didn't eat it. I finished it. Hate her a little bit.
So Ananya Pandey, as you know, she's fairly on the skinnier side, and pretty much like me, an ectomorph from what I presume to be. And there you have Sara Ali Khan, who has been an endomorph for all her life, the fat kid, and Ananya Pandey, the skinny kid, like me, right? So the skinny kid orders a lot of food, and then end of the day, the fat kid has to eat that. Sad story.
Okay.
Yeah.
What got into you at that point in order to lose weight?
Karan Johar.
Really?
He came home and said, I want to offer you a film, but you need to like lose 1/3 of you if I'm being polite, half if I'm being accurate. And I said, okay, fine, I'll try.
How much?
Right. So for Sara, fortunately or unfortunately, Karan Johar was the reason, the motivating factor behind her weight loss. But guess what? I'm very sure that Karan Johar is not going to be the motivating factor for a lot of people, especially for guys. He's not going to be a motivating factor. But anyway.
What weight did you lose if you're okay?
45 kgs plus. I was 96, and when I shot Sweetheart and Chaka Chak, I was 53, 54. That's like the weight. Right now I'm about 57. I'll be 56 by the time I'm on my set in a week. 56 is okay to shoot 54 for songs.
Yeah. Damn. Okay.
Yeah.
What did you eat in order to become 96 kg?
Just pizzas, burgers, triple chocolate. You know, like today, if you told me I can have 3 triple chocolate chip brownies for breakfast, I would remember every bite. I don't even remember, like, just inhale them like popcorn. It's terrible.
So there we have it. The reason behind her fat gain from to 96 kgs, like the point that she has gained till 96 kgs, she's just kept on eating the pizzas, brownies, burgers and everything. And that ultra processed, hyperpalatable foods which are highly addictive and you cannot stop at one portion. Alright, so this is unfortunately the sad truth. There's just Sara that we see here on the show, right? In this clip, there's just Sara, but there are so many Saras that we do not know. There could be a Sara right in your vicinity, like right next to you in your friend circle or in your family member as your family member. And I see this happening on a very regular basis, that people are just mindlessly consuming food, not for the nutrients but for the taste. And this is where the chaos starts to happen, and this is where your health starts to take a very bad toll. And this is exactly what happened with Sara as well. Good for her that she came down from 96 kgs to 56 kgs or even beyond that. So almost 45 kgs, whatever the number was. Getting in shape is the goal, not the number, right? So I think she has done a fairly good job in this journey. Wow.
By realizing also, you know, like, I was huge, man. Like, it was not healthy on any level. It was hormonally affecting me, which still happens. Every time I overeat, this and the other, whenever I'm touching that 60 kg mark, you can start seeing that I'm not feeling okay.
Because this is a very real conversation, I'm going to tell you that out of everything you've said, this is the one thing that can get you into trouble, because right now the internet is sensitive about even this.
But it's okay. Like, what's the thing?
That, oh, how could she say this about overweight people? But I think when you're overweight yourself, you have a ticket
No,
to say
but
it.
what am I saying about overweight people? That's wrong, actually. Like, I'm just saying that if you eat rubbish, it's going to affect your mental health also.
Yeah.
Because you're going to look in the mirror and be like, why am I doing this? And your hormones are going to go through the roof. I think that it's very important for overweight people to hear this.
All right. So I've actually spoken about this in the past videos, this is particularly one video where I actually spoke about body positivity and fat acceptance, etc. And this is one thing that people really need to understand, that body positivity is actually a very different thing from accepting that you are fat. Like, so let me give you a perspective on this if you haven't watched the earlier video. And what she has said is absolutely correct. When you talk about loving yourself the way you are, absolutely love yourself the way you are. Nobody can tell you not to love yourself. That would be stupid advice to not love yourself however you look or however you are. If you realize that you're being unhealthy and you still choose to be unhealthy, then guess who's to blame at this point of time? You yourself, right? So if you make irresponsible decisions for your life and for your health, ultimately, if you are fat and if you like it that way, just stay fat. Come on, like, who are you? Who am I kidding, right? But then if you realize that that's unhealthy, and if you realize that it's affecting you and the people around you in a very negative way, then you have to get it corrected. And especially I see so many people who are overweight and they try to mask it by saying कि मैं diet नहीं कर सकता हूँ या मैं diet नहीं कर सकती हूँ, मेरे से नहीं होता, I have a very busy schedule and all that. And then they spend 2-3 hours a day watching Netflix shows. So there is always a choice. Come on, like, if you are blessed enough to have 2 hands, 2 eyes, 1 nose, 1 mouth, 2 legs, everything is fine. If you're not physically disabled or something, like in that case, then I would say that you are blessed enough and you really have to take care of your health. There's no excuses there that you should be putting out. And as Sara mentioned, like, you really go through a lot of hormonal imbalance when you are obese, and it affects you mentally and physically both. So I wouldn't want anyone to face that kind of negative health repercussions. So it's always best to stay mindful with your food choices. And there's always more flexible and healthier and tastier options. And I'm telling you this, it takes a little bit of effort. I'm sure it's hard in the beginning, but if you actually get into the process and if you actually get into the journey of being mindful about your food and your nutrition and your fitness, it's really very enjoyable, and in the long run it really helps you. So just remember this, that the decisions that seem harder in the short run are always better in the long run, and the decisions that seem easy and very easy to do in the short term are oftentimes and are often bad in the long run and often lead to bad outcomes in the long run. So eating burgers and pizzas, it's so easy, right? So ordering from Swiggy, it's so easy nowadays. Just order from Swiggy. Why do you have to cook anything at home? Healthy क्यों बनाए घर पे? Just order कर लो. It's so easy in the short term, but in the long run, it's gonna actually cause a lot of negative problems, right? And then when you actually take the harder decision in the short run to cook healthy stuff at home, to increase your protein and fiber and fruits and vegetables in your daily routine, it actually is hard in the beginning and in the short run, but in the long run it actually helps you stay healthier, stay fitter, live a longer and happier and healthier life, and helps you mentally as well. So just to give you a perspective on that.
I also look at it is that it ends up affecting people around you as well, because if your hormones and your mental health is all over the
100%.
place,
And especially like my mom, she used to be like, it kills me to see you not care about yourself. I have no problem with you eating pizzas, but just eating them like, with that craziness in your mind and your body language, like you don't give a damn about yourself, that mentality bothers me.
what were you running away from?
I don't know.
Right. So आपको एक सच बात बताऊं, सच में it's a very true thing that really just happened with me, a genuine case, a genuine conversation. This has happened a lot of times, but a very recent one that I remember very vividly is that I had a conversation with a mother, okay, and she reached out to me on my Instagram and she told me that I need help with my kid's nutrition plan. At just 5'6" height, he's 120 kgs and very overweight, very obese, hardly going out of the house, staying in the house, just eating whatever he wants to, just ordering Swiggy, like pizzas and burgers and everything from Swiggy and Zomato, and वो पता ना चले घर पे, मॉम को घर पे पता ना चले, इसलिए वो बाहर जाके पीछे के दरवाजे से जाके लेके आ रहा था. ऑल ऑफ दिस थिंग्स जो जुगाड़ चलता है हमारे घर में, राइट? सो बच्चों का जुगाड़ जो चलता है जैसे, and groceries bhi, he's just secretly putting chocolates and the milkshakes and whatever Oreo biscuits and everything in his bag below the books and all. अगर वो बाहर जाता भी है तो वो groceries. So all of these things were happening and it was really concerning her mother because his mother, because वो mom ने मुझे बताया ये कि ये अभी 120 kgs है and अभी उसको health पे problems नहीं आ रहे हैं at just 20 years of age. अभी नहीं आ रहा है, but आगे जाके I'm very sure he's gonna suffer a lot. And being the mother, that motherly instinct, I want to protect him from that. And आप बताओ मुझे क्या करना है. So I obviously had to take a consultation and give him a different kind of a routine for weight loss and everything. But the whole point is that this is happening on a very regular basis. That आजकल ये जो food की availability इतनी easy हो गई है ना, कि food procurement has become a very easy job right now. You don't have to do any मेहनत whatsoever. आधे से ज़्यादा लोग घर से बाहर भी नहीं निकलते ग्रोसरीज लेने के लिए. कितने लोग अब Zepto, Blinkit, स्विगी पे भी आजकल इंस्टामार्ट आ गया है, राइट? मुझे नाम भी नहीं आता है बिकॉज आई नेवर यूज दीज थिंग्स. आई ऑलवेज मेक श्योर दैट आई गो आउट फॉर ग्रोसरीज. आई वांट दैट ओल्ड स्कूल टच. मैं दूध भी दूध वाले से मंगाता हूँ. मैं ये ऑर्डरिंग ऐप से भी नहीं कर रहा हूँ आजकल. सो यू गेट दिस कि आप फूड ऑर्डरिंग जितना ईजी हो गया ना आजकल, इट हैज़ बिकम वेरी हार्ड फॉर पीपल टू स्टे हेल्दी. एंड द क्विकर you make the process to be, the harder it will be in your long run. So this is actually really sad, but it's happening, and I feel really terrible for this, and I'm actually very glad that at least Sara had the motivation to do it. A lot of people don't even have the motivation for it, and it's actually killing them in the long run. Alright, so that was it. This is the end of the video. I actually pretty much loved the conversation between Ranveer and Sara Ali Khan. I actually think that this is something that a lot of people need to understand, and a lot of more people need to understand this concept about body positivity and actually being healthy. It has to coincide, not look at it as two different things, right? So body positivity and you eating right and staying healthy in the long run have to align, and that's when you actually become healthy, not just physically but also mentally. And the way you look at yourself also really matters a lot, and the way you live your life is also really important. Alright, so I hope you actually enjoyed this video. If you did, you know what to do. Hit the like button, share this video with your friends and family members and WhatsApp groups. I would be very grateful if you share this video with as many people as you can, and it would be really helpful for my channel to grow as well. If you like my content, then you can do this small bit. And you can follow me on Instagram. This is my Instagram. Or you can also write an email to me if you want to join my consultations or my transformation programs. I would love to help you out. And also do not forget to subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Hit the bell icon if you want to get notified whenever I post new and interesting videos on my YouTube channel. And keep supporting, keep watching my channel for new updates. And you can also comment down below if you have any suggestions for my future videos. I will definitely consider that. Stay tuned. I will see you in the next video.